Now I want to talk about war tactics, but in another way. Politicians' war tactics. Now we've heard about Russia getting involved with Donald Trump's elections, that they were helping out Donald Trump to be elected with behind the scenes tactics of doing things or hacking, right, to get an outcome for someone. Now, how could you do that in a certain way? Let me tell you a movie that I will write one day. And it goes like this. There was a country called Australia. It used to be a pretty good country with people with a lot of balls and nuts, as they were allowed to do things to get those balls and nuts. They were a country that had reasonable rules for a long time. Means if you had a reasonable excuse to get a gun and you could, and you're a reasonable person, you shall. But over time, they got taken away just by the 1%. As leaders, rather just be the parent that said, shit, one of your kids has played up, so now you're all grounded. You all can't have it. And we all didn't really like that parent, did we, Emma? No. So imagine having those parents. How could those parents have another country to help them out? In this movie, after they took everything away, as another country wants to be friends, perhaps even take over in some way, like Britain, where it's your country, but we get money from you and all that kind of stuff because we technically own your ass and we threatened you and made it happen, right, in a certain way. And so what you will see is a country dominating he, right? If there's such people, like Russia did to America, right? Russia. But in our case, it's China, right? As Albanese says, we get a lot of stuff from China. We don't want to ruin their reputation. So that means they're allowed to intimidate us and do all sorts of threats. And even in this movie, have the Prime Minister go overseas, get selfies and everything, and then makes up a plan like they like to do, definitely in these movies. And he makes up a plan in this movie that he's going to have opponents go against him, a little bit like they say with Donald Trump. And so he's going to need help. He's going to need something that makes him look good because he hasn't been looking good lately. What can he do to get that in this movie? And so they make this deal where they go, all right, we'll just make things good and a little handsome boy coming over, all this kind of thing. We'll show you that you can make a connection to make us connect with you, and not many of us connect with you, but we will because you take our intimidation and our plans. And our plan to start was to make your country weaker behind the scenes. And they did that by using those 1%ers. Because if you first want to take over a country, you first make it weak. And that's what they do in this movie over 20 years or so. Because you have patience for a really good plan. Right? And plans are, when it comes to war tactics, is to cripple your enemy as much as you can. So that way, when the whip comes out, it works better. Right? And so in this movie, Albanese makes it, we'll say he's the person at the moment in this movie. He makes a deal, as everyone's talking about these things, so you can resonate to it and see the vision. He makes a deal with China to save his ass. And so China can still have deals with us, as we know, right? And to get that, what you do is you go, well, when it comes to near election, I need you to rock up to do something that looks like something. And everyone's going to assume the worst or go in safety areas, but I'm going to say it's all cool because I'm great, young Albanese with a beautiful boy face, right? And they don't want to hurt me. They're just here to do a show pony show talking about how they do dominate and make plans behind the scenes. And then this happens. And then you see on the news like you see now. Right? This is how I come up with this movie. And everyone's panicking and shit like that. And then you'll have this person. This is how this plan works out. You'll have this person, Albanese, go, oh, it's all right. It's all cool, right? And everyone will be freaking out like they usually do because usually with this person it's not. But he come up with a plan right when he needs to, as a lot of these leaders have done through history and definitely in these movies. And what happens is they come over, they shoot and they do all these things. People all get worried. And the next minute there's nothing to worry about. Albanese becomes right. Everyone panics and Albanese goes, it's sweet, it's sweet. And so when the problem goes away just before the election, he gets a big thumbs up that he was the cool dude. Wouldn't that work out, Emma? Yeah, as it was planned to come over and do such a thing. You know what I mean? Because if that wasn't planned, you would see the leader be at least like the people or ask why the people are doing such things. And here's the clarification of why you don't need to worry in that area. But the people only see that he just gets it easy, that he lets things go, that these China people do these tactics of, are we still king? And he goes, yes, yes, I'm the beautiful, handsome boy. Right? I'll explain a little bit more, can't give out the whole script, but the script goes like that. That wouldn't be a very good thing, and would that plan actually work? And in my case, is why I made up this script. Yes, that could work and make someone who looks stupid look good later, right at the right point of election, because that's what it's about. What do you reckon? Or you can go the other way around in this movie and have it that that's what the Prime Minister wanted, but instead they got taken over. So when the election come, it didn't really matter because a war come. Or they let him in, then they wore him, like Germany did to Russia. Right? So unless they do want to be friends, but if you want to take over and deceive, that's what Hitler did. He said, let's make an agreement. You're my nice, handsome boy. And then next week we attacked when he thought it was just a drill. You know what I mean? See you later.